Hey y'all, what's up? I'm rewatching the beginning of this because I thought I missed a lot, but I honestly didn't miss a lot. I only missed when Becky and them came out and Bailey came out because now they're introducing the tag team championships with Judgment Day versus the Street Profits. So let me go ahead and say what I gotta say. Last week I didn't record. My son was sick all week. I did watch Raw, Smackdown, and NXT next week. Last week, I watched Raw Monday. I forgot to watch NXT. Now I'm getting sick. Like, this sucks. So I try to keep it short, but y'all know I rant, so that could go on forever. So as you guys know, I'm from the DMV area. Grew up in Northern Virginia, Fairfax County. For those who know that area, people that went to school in Fairfax County had a lot of field trips to like George Mason University, all that. Family, grandparents were in DC and Maryland, so we would go. Now all my family's in Maryland and DC. So last week they came to DC. Oh my God, my eye. Raw. The last time WWE came to DC, I was May 4th because I took my son as his 9th birthday present for Smackdown. And I took one of our cousins with him. This time though, it was a meet and greet with Jey Uso. And part of me wanted to take him and skip school and be like, oh, we'll just go. And then part of me was like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not meant for him to meet him. Whatever, Because I wasn't going to Raw. I was just going to go up there for the weekend. And then coincidentally, when I looked on Cricket Thing, it said Jey Uso. And I was like, oh, my son's all-time favorite. My eye's like, this eye is something in the back. I can feel it, but it won't come out. It's been like that for a day and a half. But, so, yeah. So then my son gets sick. And he finds out Jey Uso's coming. He gets all sad and distraught. And I'm like, bruh, you wasn't going anyway. Like, I wasn't driving 4 hours just for you to meet a celebrity. Like, I'm not that hard pressed to meet no celebrity. And mind you, I don't understand when people meet musical artists and freak out and cry, or like actresses, because that's not my judge. That's not what I grew up like overly standing for. Like for me, it was always NBA, WNBA, like basketball, and WWE at the time. Like if I was to meet one of the legends, I'd probably freak out over meeting like a musician. And I say that because my son's dad lives in Nashville and plays for a lot of these musicians. I have met them. Like I'm not, and I could separate a person's art from who they are. Like I said, I was with someone like that. Like I could separate, like say I was friends with Charlotte Flair. I could separate Ashley from Charlotte. That makes sense, which is her real name. Like, and I never understood that. But being someone who was raised in a church and whose grandfather was an elder and grandma's a missionary, like you honor your grandparents as who they are in church, but at home they're just papa. Like that's where that started for me, and it didn't click until I got a little older. I'm like, wow, all these people, oh, you're so lucky to have him. I'm like, he's just my papa. Like, but I get it. So when I saw the outfit, because I was on Twitter and somebody posted it, was like, oh my God. And people was like, Jay came to the hood, whatever, whatever. He was literally 8 minutes from my aunt's house. Like one of my aunts I go to all the time, I used to live with doing summer breaks outside of college. Like literally 8 minutes from her house. My hair is a mess and I'm not liking it. And I was like, I like the gray outfit. But then I was like, he needs some 990s. Like you come to the DMV, any wrestler that comes to the DMV for a meet and greet, 990s. You hear me? Get you some New Balances. We don't call them New Balances. We call them by the number. And then or get you some Nike boots, or something like some old classic Griffies, some pennies, some old like retro like that that's in good shape. Some Shockleys, remember when those was big in like '08? Something. Get you, okay, you gonna do shoes. Like you wanna show appreciation to the hometown. I'm just saying. Get you some curry out with some fried salt, pepper, ketchup. I normally get a steak and cheese. Some people get chicken with the mumbo sauce on it, you know, or half smoked. I do it with just mustard. People go to Ben's Chili Bowl no more because they used to have Murray's and you could go buy it and at the store, but they don't even have that. Like you got to go to like the Asian supermarket to get them. Like it's crazy. Anyways, yeah. So I saw that. I honestly forgot everything that happened on Friday. Last Friday. I don't remember because it's been a whole week and a lot has happened since then. The only thing I remember from Tuesday is no, from Friday I remember the Street Profits winning the tag team match to qualify to for the championship. Um and I remember LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso again, and I think Jimmy losing? I'm not sure. And then Tuesday, I remember Xia Li versus Xia Li doing Lair with the T. I remember Trick Williams beating, I forgot who he even fought. Trick Williams winning. Whatever. I remember Wesley talking to Dragunov, and Dragunov thought he won his title. He was like, my eyes on something else. I said, Wesley was the longest running, I think, North American champion. He want that back. He ain't worry about your title. Okay. And I think this past Monday, I saw Xylee and Becky, which I'm excited that she's on TV. I'm also excited that Tegan's on TV. Let me tell you something. And I'm loving the Alpha Academy. And it's sad sometimes when you and a select fan base see the potential in people, and then they get this big rush of fans and people are on the bandwagon. The good thing about that is people buy their merchandise, so they get more money to split and stuff like that. Because I try to look for a shoe shirt for my son on www.shop.com because I was gonna get him a Yeet shirt for Jey Uso, a New Day shirt, and a shush shirt. They're sold out of shush shirts. I'm like, when did everybody become Alpha Academy fans? Like, when did that happen? Because when my son used to say Alpha Academy with his friends, everybody be like, who? Like, they would name New Day. They would name Rey Mysterio. The Mysterios. I'm like, they're not even together. Some would do RK Bro. Yeah, New Day, I said, and Usos. Like, Alpha Academy ain't even come up. Street Profits will come up sometime. But I'm like, my son has loved Alpha Academy and the Usos since he started watching wrestling. And now everybody's on the... So they've been coming on Mondays and Tuesdays, just like Xia Li. Which I don't even know if Chad won that match on Tuesday because I didn't watch it. I need to go and watch it now. I don't know if Xia won the match. But I'm glad she's getting TV time. I'm glad Tegan Mox is getting TV time because I done tweeted and said stuff about this for the past month and a half that we have such good wrestlers, especially since all the people they fired, such good wrestlers, and you don't use them, or they only do like house shows and dark matches, but then you want to let them go because they might not be meeting up to potential or selling like they should. Like, they're not going to sell like they should if they don't have the fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like, diehard wrestler fans are going to go to the house shows. They're going to know who some of the wrestlers are that the people that only watch Monday and Fridays don't know. But the people that only watch on Mondays or Fridays, if they don't see you on TV, of course they're not going to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was pissed because I'm like, Y'all don't let all these people, like, I understood, like I said before, Dana Brooke getting let go. That was really one of the only people I understood. Some of the people I didn't even know the name of. Pissed about Mustafa, pissed about Shelton, um, Riddle. I was kind of upset about, but then when it was explained, like he has, it's been an issue with him and him following certain rules, like for his sobriety and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I understand it. Like, we can help you, but you can't work for us. So until you get yourself together, come back. Like, but because honestly, I feel like if he was signed still to WWE, that he would have been a fifth member at this War Games that's coming up tomorrow, and not Randy Orton. They would have had to try to squeeze Randy in a different way, or well, no, because they're in a cage. I'm about to say, or Randy could have came out and beat up somebody on the way in, but they're in a cage. So, because they were RK Bro before. Yeah, so I love Xylee getting, I love Tegan getting it because I know they're talented. Like, and then Kaden and what is that? I can't never pronounce that girl's name. Kaden, Candace, and what is our partner's name? But y'all know who I'm talking about from NXT. My nose is about to start running, and I don't have my tissue. Sorry, y'all. But I loved all the teams, the women's tag teams of who had to fight Chelsea and Piper. And honestly, Piper wrote low-key don't even like Chelsea. She just wants to keep her title. So that is interesting. I liked how Natalya and Tegan have matching outfits. One thing about Natalya is whoever she teams up with, for the most part, she's going to match their outfit. Now, she might add her beret to it, but she's gonna match their outfit. So theirs was cute. I love Tegan's hair. I like her style. What's her name? Then who was it? It was them versus Kaden and Kansas versus Indy and no, Candice LeRae and Indy versus Kaden and what? I can't. Y'all, I'm sorry. What's her name? Kayana, something like that. Hold on. And Candice and then and the surprise of Maxine and the girl that they call the pit bull. First of all, like I said prior to, I didn't even know she wasn't signed. So y'all was she like, okay, you gonna be on this show, we gonna give you a check every time you come on the show as a contract worker? Because how she with the boys ringside every time they fight, but she ain't signed, like that was weird. But them two surprised me. Maxine has really surprised me. She has really surprised me. And I have tweeted that, in my opinion, now I've said this prior to, okay? Chelsea has grown a lot in the ring in the past year. Because if you watch her last year in the ring when she was with Sonya last year, or by herself when she came on as the Karen or whatever, so now she's gotten way better, okay? And also, I think because she changed rosters, like the Raw women are cutthroat. Like, you got good wrestlers with Smackdown, but Smackdown I think is more theatric in the sense of some of the stuff they won't do on Smackdown because it's on regular TV and it's more PG, versus Raw, it's on cable TV. So it's certain stuff that they can say and do Raw they probably can't do on Fox. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's family time TV. So then I'm about to take this out and look crazy. Look crazier, because I already look crazy. So then it's yeah. So she surprised me, and I honestly, in my opinion, compared to that match, she might wrestle better than Chelsea. I keep saying Candice. Chelsea, to me, she has grown a lot. First of all, she did the caterpillar, okay, with the arm drop. Then she did the little bend over bridge jump that Chad does. I was like, if she sneak a Kira move in there, she gonna be good to go. Like she just need. And I was like, the Alpha Academy got 4 people. I don't even know what's going on with LWO. Judgment Day got their 5. Nope, they got 6 people or 5 people. Finn, Priest, Dom, JD, Rhea. They got 5 people. The Bloodline got 3. I think it's one on the fence because honestly, I think Simone, or aka Ava Rain, is going to end up joining the Bloodline eventually. Like, I feel like if she got more matches in her in NXT, she'll be moved up the main roster. And not for the sense, kind of in the sense that she's part of the family. I'm not going to say their name right now because I'm not messing up everybody's names today. I sound stuffed up. But but also because she could add into the story of the Bloodline, they could add a woman. So if they really wanted to take all the gold, they could do that with the women, with the woman. And also because they said she's been training, I think at the Performance Center or whatever center. I watched some interview with The Rock and he went to go visit her. And I think at the time she was 19. I think now she's 21, 22. She said she's been training at the center since she was 16. So she already got 6 years under her belt as far as wrestling fundamentals. Now you have to apply those fundamentals to a live audience, because you can be the best wrestler fundamentally, while you know what I'm saying, but if the audience don't accept your whatever, they don't feel like you're authentic, you know that. And then if your promos suck, then you could be the best wrestler there is. Your promos suck. They either not gonna have you talk like that, or you gonna be saying 1 or 2 things and that's it. And I know a couple wrestlers that are like that, and I ain't even gonna say who are, because a lot of them are veterans, and their promos, they can't cut a promo to save their life. Not to me, in my opinion. Or just keep something that's scripted. Like, for a long time, the Usos would say what they said, freestyling, and then at the end, they would say the same thing. So, like, keep your head on the swivel. And the only reason why I know this is because my son had me watch YouTube for, like, the last year of all old matches of, like, the Usos on the New Day beef and stuff like that. Or, like, your McIntyre or the Shield or stuff like that, and I still don't know everything. Like, I didn't know Drew and Jay had a beef, because when they showed the Bloodline becoming the Bloodline, him and I watched the 2 hours of that on WWE. It didn't really show. It showed how Jay became right hand man and how Roman took over and stuff like that, and then it caught up to when I start watching with RK Bro versus the Usos for the unified titles, and then on the week before that, and then everything now. But then when him and I watched the history of Jey Uso, and I was like, this is the same thing. We basically gonna see the same thing. Like, I didn't know he won like the Andre the Giant jump. I knew he was a contender, but I didn't know that. I didn't know he got beat by Drew McIntyre 3 times. That's why when he had to fight him last Monday, I'm like, I know y'all not about to have this man fight him, and he ain't pinned Drew yet in 3 years. Like, and I know Seth wanted to do it, but bruh, you one of the GOATs. You got a bad back. You can't be wrestling tonight, and then you might not be okay for Saturday. Like, no, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So, yeah, she did that. She jumped on them and stuff like that. I'm like, go ahead, girl. But let me tell you something. This is how you know. They said the Cadence, is that her name? Cadence and Cadence and Kiana. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But you could tell that they got trained by the Dudley Boys. Okay, I looked them up on Wikipedia or something, and I know everything on Wikipedia ain't true, but I was trying to remember her name because I said it wrong last time. And when I was talking to my son, because he wants to talk to me about it, we watched the highlights. But we actually watched that on Hulu, and it said she was trained. They was trained at the Dudley Center, and I said that makes sense. When you get trained by a tag team that's been doing tag team for a long time, and they're in sync, you can tell that they teach you how to be in sync. Because when I tell you they did some move off the top turnbuckle and then did a flip, like stood her and then do enough flip, and I was like, wait, like I don't think I've ever seen that before. That was unique. That was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different when you go in being a tag team and you're trained by people that's never been a tag team. I feel like when you go in with someone, a stranger, or even a sibling or a cousin or something as a tag team, and you get trained by tag team members, it gives you an extra oomph. Because not only do you get the knowledge and the history of the tag team that you're getting trained by, but then you learn what works for you as far as what gels for you and the other person. Like, I feel like you won't have to figure that out in person sometimes like some of the other ones do. I need to blow my nose. Um, but yeah, that was a good match. Uh, I want to see Gunther and Miz on Survivor Series, and Gunther is another one who's a good wrestler. He's very sterile. I will say that, very sterile, very white, very cut dry, in the sense of bland. That's it. Good wrestler. Okay, basics. Very German. They're very uptight and stuff like that, and I can say that. I'm an eighth German. My grandfather's half German, and they're very okay. So very, and some of them have a sense of humor, have very much like to live, and I find that more so in the women. The men, not so much. That's why his promo is like, or they have very dry humor. I will say that. So his promo was like, great wrestler, not really good on promos. He did clean up nice. Now he looked really nice in a suit. But other than him calling him his like a little boy and stuff like that, I was like, if this is the hype up for this match, it's not it. It's not giving. Okay, I want Miz to win this match only to shut Gunther down, one. But I want him to, I think he said he'll be an 8-time Intercontinental. I don't know if that's a record holder. I can't be, because I think somebody has been an 11-time Intercontinental. But I don't even know when the last time Miz had a championship. That's why. Just like tonight when the Street Profits defeated Judgment Day, of course Rhea goes up there and argues with the ref, and they do some shady stuff, and the Street Profits end up losing. And I'm like, bruh, how cool would it have been for, sorry y'all, for the Street Profits to win in Montez's hometown? Okay, sorry, Montez's hometown, for them to get the championship, because I know it's coming, and for the Judgment Day to be talking all that trash and go in there with one less belt, because I think all of them still have their belt, right? Except for, no, I think all of them have a belt except for JD, because he just joined. But I think I haven't watched NXT. I don't know if Dom fought Tuesday and got the breaks beat off of him, and if someone helped somebody else win, like, I don't know. I gotta go back. Ever since daggone freaking Cody Rhodes, I'm mad as hell about this. I'm mad as hell. Ever since I watched that hilarious interview with him and Jey, the daggone press conference, and I always watch the press conferences live. Someone I used to tweet about WWE stuff. He used to be like, "You watching the press conference?" I was like, "What press conference? I'm going to bed." He like, "They always do one live on YouTube." So I've been watching them ever since I think last year when they didn't have Fastlane. They had Clash at the Castle. I've been watching them ever since. I think that, and that's by far been the funniest and the best one. Not just that was them two was icing on the cake, but like John Cena LA Knight was good. EO one, the questions they was asking her wasn't all that good. I forgot who else was on there, but that was a good one. Oh, and the one before that when Roman came and did the press conference, because it was like it's rare he comes out and does a conference. Um, and then yeah. So what is that? I think Seth's done one before, but ever since that, he was like, "Yeah, tomorrow," because I don't really watch regular TV to be looking at commercials. Then when the commercials come on, I either mute it or I'm on my phone until I hear like we're back. So I tune it out. So I didn't know about until he was like, "Yeah, they got some funky little music at there," and I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?" So I wanted to go and see what he was going to announce, and then of course everybody was saying that he was going to announce what he said he announced. But that was good daggone advertisement because he was on there. Okay, um, John Cena was on there. They had, of course, Dom and Rhea was there defending his title. He was on there for a couple weeks. That's another thing that drew me in because now you have, and I think I've said this in the past, like they want people to watch. But I'm like, you have to have people on the main roster go down there because so we'll know who when it's draft day for us that don't watch NXT, we'll know who they are. Like honestly, I was watching when Solo came because I knew that was Rikishi's son. I follow Rikishi on social media and I knew he was going to NXT like that and I was watching it. So I knew about the beef with him and Carmelo and North American Championship, which I'm still pissed about. I think I'll be pissed about that until he gets it or gets another championship, to be honest. Because they did that man wrong and they let Dom do the same thing they told him he couldn't do. But, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I see it, period. Point blank in the period. Okay, he might have had to defend it on SmackDown that one day, but he probably could have gladly went there on Tuesday and defended it on a Tuesday. Just be like, I'm not coming to do no live show on Sunday. Just be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be like, I'm coming to do SmackDown on Friday. I'll do a show on Saturday. Saturday morning, I'm flying out. If y'all need me there on Monday, boom, I'll be there Monday, and then I'm going to do NXT on Tuesday. Like, let me negotiate your contract, bro. Like, but yeah. So I was watching this thing, and then I stopped. But what made me watch it again was just like John Cena's going. So I was like, what the hell, John Cena on there for? So then I think they was on there, and then Dom and Rhea was on there, and then I ended up getting to the Braun Breaker story. Braun Breaker and who was it? It was somebody else. It was something else, but I don't even know how I got into that. And then um was Becky the champ at the time? I don't know, but I like Roxanne Perez. I like her. I've liked her since they had their version of the War Games last year when she became the main qualifier for the title match. And I was like, you could tell that this is one of Booker T's babies. Like he helped train her because as soon as she got injured, he immediately stood up like a father and wanted to go into the ring and help her, but he couldn't because he was at work. Um, that's why I found out what Grace Waller was because of that show. And the reason why I watched that pay-per-view is because New Day was on there fighting Brittany Deli. That match was hilarious. But because of Cody and them, I ended up watching the show. I got invested. Then Undertaker came out. Then they gonna say next week, Alpha Academy went on there, and of course my son loves Alpha Academy. I've been watching NXT ever since. Now going the whole, I'm trying to figure out who hit Trick Williams. We don't know if it's that dude looked like he came out of a '90s show. I don't even know his name, or if it was Carmelo, which I think it was. I don't know. I ain't watching NXT. I'm about to go watch NXT. I should probably go watch it and come back and make this video. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll talk about it after I watch Survivor Series and then put it all together, if I can remember. Okay. And then, my tea ready. I can't see now. I gotta put my glasses back on. Is my tea ready? Oh yeah, it's ready. And then, yeah, and then Alpha Academy's been on there every week. Every week somebody's at Alpha Academy's been fighting. Um, then with Akira joining Alpha Academy, I'm like, what is going on? So Ali's been on there week after week. You know, I was an advocate for her being on TV. Um, I'm an advocate for production. Y'all know I love production. I do production at my church. I'm an advocate. Like when they show Grayson Waller and they show his boots, I said, okay now. Okay. Because I love when the celebrities come out and they show everybody's thing. Like, show it. If you want to give us at home the theatrics and that's part of your job, do that. Because I didn't even know Grayson Waller had the boots until today. Like, I knew he used to drink out of a boot at NXT, which I thought was nasty. I don't care if it's brand new boots. That's nasty. You don't know how many people tried that boot on. But, like, go ahead. Okay? My nose is irritating me because it keeps... I don't even like taking medicine, but I'm going to take a nighttime Sudafed when I go to bed, and I hope it flush all of this out. Between that, this tea, I have to take my son's humidifier and put it in my room. Look, I got to go to work on Monday. I ain't put enough honey in it. But, yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so I've been watching it ever since. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because then, like, Lash won against Roxanne for the qualifier. She's one of the women that's qualifying. I think Tuesday, who was it? Tuesday? Lita picked last Tuesday. This Tuesday, I forgot who's supposed to pick who fights who. I don't know. My man Road Dogg was on Monday Night Raw, which I was happy about. Was it Monday Night Raw or was it last Friday? Either way, my man Road Dogg was on there. I love me some Road Dogg. You know what I mean? Like, DX was it, okay? Like, you had the swag, and Shawn Michaels was fine to a lot of people. Triple H was like the bad. To me, Shawn Michaels is cute, but I thought Xbox was cute. I don't know. I thought it was a swag. I don't know. And Triple H, of course. And then Road Dogg was my favorite. Like, he would come down the ramp rapping or talking. And you already know, you better call somebody. Like, and then he start doing what he do. I loved him. Like, that, he was one of my favorites. Y'all know I love groups and tag teams like that. Okay, so did I say what I had to say? I don't even think I got into anything. So yeah, I came in 30 minutes late because my son's fifth birthday party started at 3. You know, black people. It ended at 8. We would still been there, and I would have missed Smackdown had we had bust out some cards. Like, I was like, wait, I thought it was gonna last long because we ain't got. And then my brother was like, yeah, we talking about playing spades and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all ain't got no cards. Like, break out the cards. Uno, phase 10, spades, Monopoly. So you know we can't do that. And them 4 games you can't do in black people households because it get violent. Okay, if you're a person of color and they get violent in your house from playing one of those 4 games, right then you're part of the black community. You are with us when it comes to the games. Okay. And don't be scared if you see us yelling and stuff, trying to figure out the rules. That's just standard procedure. Okay. So yeah, so then I come back and I'm like, well, I forgot it was on FS1. I don't even know why they call it FS1 anymore because the app say Fox Sports. Channel say Fox Sports, I think. But I got here. Yeah, like I said, the Street Profits lost. It'd been nice for them to, but someone else said, this just makes me pissed off all over again that y'all should have let Montez Ford win the Elimination Chamber. I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, it sure did. Because I honestly thought he was going to win. I honestly thought he was going to win. He hurt his body. I think it was his leg. His leg real bad. But the way he performed as a solo performer, you couldn't tell me that next month he wasn't going to get no championship match by himself. Like, I was like, he got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the Street Profits ever do what the Usos did, like split up, or if they did like New Day where one person goes and gets one title and then the other two try to strive for tag team or something like that, or one gets a title, the other one tries to get another title, but they're still a tag team, like I could see that happening very soon. Montez Ford could be an LA Knight or better if y'all let him cut more promos, and if they get gold soon. I was thinking about saying singles gold, but honestly, he could be a tag team and cut promos because he's good. He's one of the ones that's good on the mic. Him, Miz, LA Knight. Who else? Seth. I done said this too. Him, Miz, LA Knight, Seth. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. KO. Because KO's so calm. He's like the calm before the storm. And he gets very dry humor, and I am here for it. Okay. And it's somebody else, but I can't think of who. I honestly can't think of who. Like, I mean, got it. That's got it down. Okay. It's got it down. And even from past matches that I've seen, they've always had it down. They didn't have to work on it for it to get better. They just been good. You know what I'm saying? Like Miz, of course, he's Miz TV. He's Mr. 15 minutes of fame, 15 to 15 years of fame. He's Mr. I would expect Montez to get it like that because he's such a huge fan of The Rock. Like, you can't not be a fan of The Rock, I feel like, and be that much of a fan and wasn't in a mirror as a kid practicing promos or copying what he said. Like, and then you got to be quick with it like that. To come up off the top of your head, stuff like that, like him, LA Knight, you know what I'm saying? So it's just it's like, so that happened, and then the dialogue with Shotzi and Charlotte was like, oh, you remember what show? She said, oh, you're going to make me cry. And I said, Charlotte looked like she really going to cry. I said, but that makeup is flawless. I don't like that robe she wear. And I know why I don't like it. I thought it was because of the beading on the robe. It's because all her other robes flow. Okay? That robe she had on today, whoever designed it, first of all, you can see the line where the breastplate is, and then it sticks out right there. Like, I don't like that. That's what it is. So I feel like an old seamstress did that compared to one of her other robes, because it don't look the same as her other ones. Pretty robe, but the style in the front ain't it. Becky's hair was everything, okay? And I don't know who does her highlights or lowlights or whatever. They did a good job. Shotzi's hair is growing fast. And Bianca, I don't know where she got that long wig from, because I was like, oh, girl just had knotless braids the other day. So she must have slapped them knotless braids on like this with a cap on, and put the wig on, and just had a long ponytail. Because I feel like if she would have had to fight today, she would have had that wig on. I don't think she would have had that wig on. But that was good. Yeah, I was that was sweet. And then the whole Becky Charlotte thing, I feel like, and I've said I was anticipating the Miz and Gunther, and then the women's match, and then the women's war game match. Let me be clear. And then who else is fighting? It's always like six. So it's both women's fighting. The women's war game. The women's Rhea's fighting for hers with Zoe. It's the men's war games. That's three. Then it's Carlito and not Carlito now. It's Dragon Lee and what's his name? So it's only 5 matches, I think. But I can't remember if Santos and Dragon Lee have fought before or last week. But if they did, then there's no reason for them to fight in War Games because we already saw that. But I feel like they fought last week. I could be bugging. Okay? I'm not myself. I could be bugging. But I don't. My hair is a mess too. Look at that. I could have sworn they fought already. I know Dragon Lee done fought Cedric Alexander twice, but I think thought he fought somebody last week, but I wasn't sure who he fought. And then here tomorrow, if I feel better, it'll be better. But today is not at all. Okay. So what else? I'm trying to think of what. It was nothing really too lit, honestly. Oh, the when Grayson Waller had came out, because I said, who the hell? And then he came out, and then he was like, Theory. I mean, not Theory, KO. And then Theory comes out, and I was like, what the hell going on? Then he comes out, and people are tweeting what you ordered versus what you got. So they did all that as a running joke, thinking, of course, KO was suspended. And he didn't. He came out, and then KO was like, y'all know in the industry, like, we go back watch catering this, that, third. He said, you know in the industry, you can't call people 3 times or, and he ain't say nothing. So they called LA Knight again. He came out, and people are saying, sorry, I should pause it. I'm gonna pause it next time. I'm blowing my nose, y'all. And after I get done, I'm gonna wash my hands. So, people are loving KO because they say he constantly breaks the fourth wall. Like, you're not supposed to tell us don't call people 3 times. You know somebody's gonna come out, or we could be in the back chilling on catering and stuff like that. Like, he does it. We love it. They was like, he's one of the best wrestlers that's out. Keep him around. I was like, he is. Not only do he give a I don't give a attitude, he's so cool and collected. Like, he ain't gonna say too much before he be ready to beat you in the head. Like, and then not only do you have that with him, but his wrestling skills, he's so versatile. Like what I said with him and Ivar, for them to be that versatile the way that they are, that's why I said size isn't a factor in wrestling. Like, it is, but it isn't. Because I'm like, for both of them to be that versatile, it's both surprising and what did I tweet? I was like, it's both surprising and exciting at the same time. Like, you're surprised because you don't expect to see that, but you're excited because you see it. Like when he did he does a swanton ball, or like when Ivar got the top rope and did the moonsault. Like, you too big to be doing that. Like, what? You can do a moonsault. It's people half your size can't even do that, or they scared to do it because I don't know if they feel like they're gonna fall or the thing ain't gonna hold up his weight. But you 300 something pounds doing, like, that is impressive as hell. Okay, now I feel it in my throat. Okay, so now this whole nostril on this side is clogged. That's great. But Yeah, so he come out, LA Knight comes out, and of course, says what they say, they beat him out. KO throws all the plants on the floor. Then after the commercial, they come back and fight. KO and they come back and fight Theory and Waller. And of course they win. And I said Theory and Waller went from 2-0 and undefeated to 2-3. Like, Waller want to start winning. You might want to back away from Theory. I don't see that lasting too much longer, to be honest. Theory went from being allies with Pretty Deadly to Elton being in the wheelchair because his arm was messed up. to him being a ally with Waller. Like, I'm still laughing at. And so speaking of, Pretty Deadly had a thing with Brawling Brutes. So all I remember is the Brawling Brutes giving Pretty Deadly beats to the chest. Okay, went away, came back. Something happened. Ridge walked off the mat. I'm like, what is going on? Because he messed up last week. They showed that. I said, okay, I remember that. Okay, so Butch hold his own for a while. I like Butch. He do that hand thing. I gotta learn. So then he do the hand manipulation thing. I think Corey said, oh no, he about to be um a broken, I think he said he's about to have a broken hand again. And then Cole Sarkowski was like, and be in a wheelchair. Like, talking about hashtag L is strong. Like, no, don't encourage that. That man was in had a whole 2 segments on TV, been in a wheelchair and was nothing wrong with his legs. Like, that is comedy gold, okay? Comedy gold. Also, my son and I was looking at the past couple months of Jimmy. That man is comedy gold too. He is hilarious, okay? We love both of them and their respective brands because they both give something different to each brand. So Jey and Raw really didn't too much divert from what he was on SmackDown. You think about it. He was the hothead of the bloodline. He was ready. Let's get at you. We gonna get you first. Ask questions later. You know what I'm saying? Versus Solo, who's the enforcer. So Solo only move when he's told to. Jey ain't care. So like this now, Jey will come out and help his friends. He's not as hot-headed. He's more, okay, we could talk about it, this, that, and third. Jimmy, on that land, Jimmy, I feel like shows more of his real life personality on TV as his character versus his brother. We was watching clips of him. I was crying laugh. First of all, that no yeet thing, I'll go back and watch that every couple days. That is hilarious still to me. Like, I want him to get a shirt so bad. And say that I tweeted that, I put that on post. Like, please get a no yeet shirt. Like, my son is a diehard J fan. I will buy him a yeet shirt for Christmas. I will get a no yeet shirt. I bet you a sale too. Get a no yeet shirt from Jimmy, and I will rock it out. And only the people that watch wrestling will get it. If you don't watch it, you won't get it. Okay. That man said no yeet. I cried laughing. And it wasn't just the way he said it. It was the change in his face. The stuff he said. Then we was watching a clip from when his brother came out and attacked him. Like, he didn't expect to get the pop that he got when Jey came out with the black on. So then he attacked him on the time thing. He talking about, no, time out. Somebody else said, this nigga say time out. And I was like, I thought I was the only person that caught that because I tweeted that. I was like, he is hilarious. And then they showed him at a house show. So the little kid had his hand out and he was like this. And then like pause like this. Like get a kid a thing and did it to the other kid on the other side. I was like, what is wrong with him? And then when he came, I was like, audible, something, something, something. And Ro was like, yeah, okay. He's like, we gotta do something with this fool if we're gonna. And then he was like, I'm on the injured reserve list. I can't do nothing. And I started cracking up because it reminded me of Little Giants when he was like, I'm on the put us on the injured list. And then Ro was like, what? He said, I'm off the injured reserve list. I can do something. I was like, what is wrong with him? Like, why y'all got him? What? I was like, I can't. Like, that's one of the reasons why I live for Smackdown now, is to see what he gonna say. Cause I'll be like, every week it's something. And then before that, it was him trying to dap up Solo, or Solo not paying him no attention. See, I'd have broke character then. Cause if I was Solo, he would have did that. I would have been over there crying. Or I didn't like turn my head. Cause I was like, something wrong with you, dog. Like, for real. Speaking of that, I make these videos to get off my chest what I want to say, and I don't want to become political about it. Um, I've heard on Twitter when they have those little group voice things that a lot of people did it because they love wrestling, and now they're like real life reporters for wrestling, and it's no more fun for them because the politics of wrestling, not just like some of the people that they've met in person that they thought were going to be nice were jerks or tried to cut them under as far as getting the story out first or not paying them or whatever. But the fact of them reading articles from other sources before they go to a match, and then stuff happens from those sources and it's not exciting anymore. I don't want to do that. I was doing that for like, because when you talk about stuff, of course your phone listens. So like, I be talking about wrestling to my son and stuff like that, amongst other things. Like we'll talk about Avatar Last Airbender, that comes up on my Google. Sports, that comes up on my Google. Like I'm a Ravens fan. I used to be a Packers fan because I was a big Brett Favre fan. Um, but I'm a Duke basketball fan. Like that stuff pops up on my thing. So, and I support Maryland basketball too. Got to support the hometown. But I've read articles like Sportskeeda, and some of the stuff that they put up there, or some of the tweets that people put up there, were like, breaking news, we heard such, such, such. Then I look on SmackDown and I see that, or Raw, and I see that it happened, that they were right. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that no more. Like, I can't watch art. I can't even hear myself talk now. I can't read those articles no more. I don't want the headlines on them when they come up on Google. I just swipe to the side because that takes the fun out of it. I don't want to be. I still want to be a fan to make these videos. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever got a job working for WWE and I got the permission to still do these videos, I will still do it from a fan perspective, even though I know who's going out there. I don't want you to tell me what you're going to say. If I was out there, like, if I was there, I don't want you to tell me, like, when you're popping up. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if say, like, Randy Orton, for example, I knew he was going to be on Survivor Series before because someone had put in an article that he came out doing a dark match or something for the city before. Like, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have known that had I not read it. But, like, stuff like that. Like, say Randy just been back there for 3-4 months and I work back there. Don't tell me you're going out there to tell them that you're going to join Survivor Series. I don't want to know. Like, I would make videos as if I am a fan even though I was there. Like, I'll have relationships with people. Be nice to people. Don't tell me what you about to do. Don't tell me who's going out there. Or you could say, if you have a planned match that they already announced last week, I would want to, like, you're going out there, okay. But I don't want to know if you're coming to sabotage Max. Like, I don't want to know that. Like, I wouldn't want to know that if I worked there. I don't want to know that now. So, the politics and stuff is out of it because a couple weeks ago and sometime last month, I got to the point where I was like, I don't even know if I want to watch it no more. Because honestly, between the email I got, the email I get from WWE, which I need to unsubscribe from, some of those emails will have, okay, the people that we knew that was wrestling, that they set up a match for the next week, but then it will also have like a match or two of people that we didn't know that was wrestling this week. Like 1 week it had, I think, like the Brawling Brutes versus, I don't even know who they were fighting, and I was like, why they have their wrestling stuff on? Then I was like, oh yeah, they're supposed to have a match. So when the promo came on the build up, I was like, I already know they're going to have a match. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put that in on the website. We don't know that. Like, let it play out so it can be more exciting for the fans, even for the reporters. Because after that, it becomes, okay, now this is another job. I love what I do, but it's not as exciting. Like, I like the thing of excitement. I like to still feel like I was when I was 10, 11 years old, my son's age, watching this. Like, I want to still have that feeling as a fan. I don't want to make these videos and be like, okay, I already knew such was coming out. Da, 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 da. Like I was saying, like, oh, they was probably in the background. Oh, they probably, like, for the matches before the pay-per-view, that's the only thing I know. Guaranteed. Not unless they do a twist. Like, we knew they was going to have Montez come out. If Mustafa was still hired, he would have been out because he's from Chicago. If CM Punk ever worked there, he would be out because he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. You know that every celebrity during their hometown or what they claim to be their hometown, they wrestle. Whether it's a dark match or on TV. We know that. We do know also, too, that if someone has a match with somebody that's doing a pay-per-view, which I suggested against numerous times on videos, but I don't know who's watching this. I don't care. That the person that has the pay-per-view match is going to win. We know that, which that kind of sucks too. Cause say like Charlotte fought Becky, and Becky had a match against Rhea for the pay-per-view for her title, and then Charlotte lost. Like, we know Charlotte's going to lose because you want to look like Becky is a competitor against Rhea. But I've said this prior to, over and over again, I think it would be more interesting if the person that was, every once in a while, the person that was going into the pay-per-view match lost. Because then it will make it like, okay, well, she lost yesterday. If I was a commentator, can she manage to win this one? And then if he or she pulls off the win, then it'll be even more exciting. So, because we'll be like, oh, she did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, whatever. And then the whole Santos versus Carlito thing. My hands, y'all must be got to get some money. That was okay. I forgot Santos had changed his music until I saw Carlito's face. If that was an anticipation for their match, I said that in the tweet. This is an anticipation to build up their match. That was not a good job. Not in the sense of Santos did what he needed to do. But I'm saying, like, Carlito didn't fight hard enough. Like, he went up, then he went to the back like this, like stood and was like hesitant, just stood there. And I'm like, you ain't trying to get over on the refs fast enough. Like, you got to learn that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you ever get, if WWE ever gets a theater major who has a wrestling scholarship or something like that, that would be the perfect WWE person. Because you get the theater, they know how to act or improv or whatever. Stuff like that. Like, even stuff that doesn't take words, like the whole fake fight thing, and then they can wrestle. You got a winner. Oh, my tea is getting cold. But okay, so the tag team match, the women, the KO and LA Knight, Carlito and them. Oh, BFab was sitting next to Bobby Lashley. So if she's part of his team, I don't even know what the hell the name of his team is. Like, is it supposed to be the Hurt Business Part 2? And then if that's the case, is Adonis going to be part of the Hurt Business Part 2? Is he did he get injured for real that day that they attacked him? Jimmy and Solo attacked him? Was he on vacation? Or like, is he going to be a solo person? Because where is he at? And then I feel like with Ridge walking away, like that leaves Bush to become a solo person or go down there to NXT and join that group. But then at the same time, I'm like, that also gives the doorway for Sheamus to get Sheamus to come back. Like, when is he coming back? And then I said I was already anticipating the women and the men's one. Them the only two I was anticipating. Like the men, I feel like War Games is gonna be good anyway. It's probably gonna be standard. I feel like the women is the most. I feel like I want them to close it because I feel like it's gonna be a big betrayal, and I want them to close the show. And I say that because there's so many layers to that. Hey, first of all, they got damage control. Okay, the layers with that. Then you got EO been tired of Bailey before that Kiari girl came back. She was tired of her. Okay, because she be like, you ain't discussed stuff with me or something like that. Tired of her. Then Kiari come. And then it was ha 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 ha. And then Asuka and EO used to be tag team partners, but so did Kiari and Asuka. So now it's them. Dakota chuckling up with them. Bailey feel left out. And then we thought at Smackdown they was going to kick her out or whatever. It was like, no. But I feel like at War Games they might beat her up and kick her out, smack her after that or something like that. Also, the layers are with the other team. The only person I ain't got no issue with nobody is Shotzi, to be honest with you, because I'm like, Becky and Bianca have had their beef. They settled it because of damage control last year. They fought a war. This is their second war game, just like damage control. But my hair's everywhere. But they settled their beef. But if they would have still had beef, it'd have been them. Then it would have been Bianca and Charlotte got respected beef. Like they have beef when it comes to who's going to fight for the title next, but they respect each other. And then that Becky and Charlotte thing, boy, you cut that with a knife. But it's more so Becky than Charlotte, because like I said, Becky didn't come out to Charlotte's music, but Charlotte came out to Becky's. And then with the men, I feel like with Judgment Day, it's an issue because none of them like Drew. Okay. JD's part of Judgment Day, but Damien don't like him. And then as much as they don't want to say nobody's a leader, Rhea presents all the ideas to everyone, which mainly are her ideas, and they agree to it. And then they was pissed off that Damien claimed to be the leader. And then with the men, Cody and Seth has had issues. Jay and Sammy has had issues. Cody and Randy have had issues. Jay and Randy have issues. That's gonna be the one right there. Jay and Randy have had issues. Seth and I don't know if Seth and Jay has had issues, to be honest. He said he had issues with the bloodline. I wasn't there for that, so I don't know. Like, not unless it was to begin, like when it first formed. Like I said, I wasn't watching that long ago, so I wouldn't know. But it's links to them too. And then they lost the advantage as well. The faces, the women. But like I've said, I told my son, I said, I'd rather have the disadvantage. He said, why? I said, remember last year when the bloodline didn't have the advantage and they won? I said, I feel like that's partially because when the first team comes out first, and then the other person, right? First two person came out. Then the other team that has the advantage come first. Yes, it's going to be always one more person on the other. So it's going to be 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 3-on-4. You know what I'm saying? But the bell doesn't ring until the last person steps in the ring. So that means all of y'all going to be tired. It's going to be one person that had on the team that had the disadvantage. That's going to be fresh. That's going to have the energy to pin somebody that's been in there since jump. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it gives the team, I feel like, an overall advantage. But, oh no. Excuse me. I think my nose is turning pink. I might be bugging. Um, yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. And I'm supposed to do a lot of stuff tomorrow, but if this don't get better, I'm not doing nothing but sitting on this couch and eating soup. Because my son is upstairs in my room playing his PlayStation. We only have 2 TVs in my house on purpose. I did not put a TV in his room because he was 5. You know, little kids at 2 can't spell, but they know how to work a tablet and the phone. My son would have been able to cut on the TV and find whatever he wanted to watch, and it was time for bed. So now that he's older and he's into games and stuff, and he listens and goes to bed and stuff on time, now he can get a TV in his room and stay out of my room. Which I don't mind it, because I don't like being cooped in my room all day. So I'd rather be down here on the couch. And he could be upstairs. The bathroom's upstairs. You hear him? But, yeah. So, what else? Yeah, Becky got her lip busted. They ain't even fight the war games. Her lip was busted. I hope she don't try to fall onto the table. She let a leg drop from the top of the cage last year. I was like, it's no way hell. That gotta be the adrenaline. You hear me? Because first of all, I could fly on a plane all day. That's not the issue for me, except for the lack of thin air when you go up certain feet. Now, I've had childhood asthma. That's the only thing. I fall asleep every time I'm on a plane. But heights scare the hell out of me. Like, we went to Vegas 2 years ago, and we was on the Eiffel Tower. And it's fenced in. I was scared for my life. Like, my son and I went to the state fair last year. We did the big Ferris wheel that you could see like all the city. Scared till like I had to literally close my eyes, breathe and pray. And then the other people we were in the thing with us. Me talking to them helped clear the anxiety. I haven't been on nothing since that tall, but it's no way in hell, not unless it was pure adrenaline, and I would go on the top of a rope like that and do that. Like, it's no way. It's no way. Like, when she did it, I was like, oh, she bugging. She did it. I think was it EO? I think Becky did it again when she fought Trish. Rikishi did it one time. Freaking Mankind is a whole nother. Mankind done did it. Like, you couldn't pay me enough. You could. And I might do it halfway. I think Montez Ford did it in Elimination Chamber. But I ain't doing it all the way. I'm gonna let you know that right now. This is as high as I go. Okay? I ain't going all the way up there and be 40, 50 feet in the air and then trying to aim the fall and then pray I aim the fall and don't even, and then that's a what? How much percent chance is you gonna get to where you supposed to be and don't even aim where you be at? Like, that's, no, mm-mm, mm-mm, not at all. So I don't think Smackdown's coming here to Raleigh or Raw no time soon. Speaking of, my and Smackdown is coming to Charlotte, the Queen City, um, in February, which is the month of my son's birthday. So I might drive 2.5 hours to take him there. I'm trying to decide if I want to. If not, the week before that, they're having, what the hell are they having? Royal Rumble in Tampa, which is an hour from my mama house. She moved to Haines City. So it's either that, I have to look at his school schedule, or it'll be Friday Smackdown. If I do probably do Charlotte Smackdown, I don't know. I have to see how it goes. I know because we always go to something every 5 to 6 months, and technically us going to, since we started going to Raw, and um technically I think 5 to 6. No, hold on. We went in October last year, in October. And I took him in March. That's November, December, January, February, March. That's 5 months. Then I took him, Raw in October, SmackDown in March, SmackDown in July. So it's 5 months, 4 months. So 4 months would have been November. 5 months is December. So if I would have went to DC for Raw, that would have been. Huh? Look under the covers. You said locked? I know. Give me a sec. It would have been in Maryland, but I wasn't having him skip school and he was sick anyway. So I really want to do a house show. Honestly, I want to see the atmosphere of a house show. The prices for the tickets are half the price. So with that being said, as watching something been on live TV. So with that being said, I think for his birthday, I bought 3 fifth row tickets. I could buy just 2 front row tickets by the ring and just call it a day. Like when they came to Johnson City, I could have drove there. That was 5 hours. Tennessee. And then when they came to Roanoke, I could have drove there. That was 3 hours. But then they came to Fairfax. They've been all up and down around me. They came to Fairfax, I think, to the George Mason in May. And they also been in Fayetteville, which is an hour some change. I don't think they came to Greensboro this year. Or if they did, they only came once. And I know they ain't coming no more. I think they took that off the list. Because it was on a holiday list last year. I was surprised. It's not on there this year. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. If he wants to do that again for his birthday, we'll go all out again. But since he's turning the big 1-0. But if not, we'll find something else. So I can't wait for tomorrow's Survivor Series. I'm sorry for the ranting. I am really not feeling that good. I'm about to go to bed. I'm going to take some medicine and take my tail to bed because I can't get better if I don't rest. And most of the time I get sick is either because I'm caring for my son who was sick first, or my body's telling me, look, you've been doing all this running around, taking care of the house, going to work, taking care of your son, barely resting. I'm going to make you slow down and rest. So it's one of the two. I don't know. Anyways, love you all. Bye.